wish anyone to cross my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill them.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Great Yuritsa, or actually, it's really the Great Hubert session, but we'll go and get Yuritsa's out of the way first.
Hey.
Did you send for me, Emil?
I mean, obviously not. You were here first, Constance.
Stop gossiping about me.
Gossiping? About you? Oh, you wound me, Emil. So what if your name falls from my lips now and then?
Yeah, but no one refers to him by his name anymore.
If you speak of my past, there will be consequences.
I am aware. I have been silent regarding you secretly being of House Bartels. No, when I speak of you, I bandy gentler truths, such as your fondness for kittens and ice cream.
That's what he's talking about, though. Don't say that, oh my god.
Silly little details that make you seem human.
Those details are nobody's business but mine.
Yuritsa, do not sit here and act offended that people know you like kittens.
Oh, Emil.
Kittens are awesome.
Do you have any notion what the rank and file say about you?
No.
They use words like unapproachable, menacing, and inscrutable. Regardless of your skill with the blade, fighting a war as if it were a long series of duels will end in death. And that is why I do what I can to ingratiate you with the soldiers you lead. No thanks necessary.
I see you are still unhappy with me.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Whatever do you mean?
Everyone's unhappy with you. You're unapproachable, and I'm not gonna say boring because I don't really know him yet, but kind of boring.
The battlefield is solitary in the end. I've no interest in camaraderie with soldiers.
Are you implying that in combat, you are an utterly matchless warrior? That you can vanquish any foe single-handedly? That you need no cohort supporting you?
I mean, I don't quite think that's what he said.
How perfectly presumptuous! Even I can admit my reliance upon others. While you fight, who stands beside you to gauge the tide of battle? Who eliminates the archers aiming for you? Who heals whatever injuries you might sustain?
Well, the answer to all that isn't
These
you.
are questions you should be asking yourself, Emil. I ask them for you because we are old friends.
Always quick to cut to the heart of the matter.
Just as you are ever an ache in my side. Which is nothing compared to the ulcers your sister must have developed, given your attitude.
Yeah, poor freaking Mercedes. I mean, I don't say that very often because I don't like her, but...
Whatever. But there is a truth in your words.
Yeah, no man is an island. Other than Simon and Garfunkel. That was a good song.
However, it is not up for discussion. Stop gossiping about me.
It's not even gossip, though. You like kittens. It's fine.
Shall consider it.
Alright, and all of Hubert's. So I did definitely spend a lot of time moving him up.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
What happened, man?
That's what you get, Hubert. If you rested like me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
If he rested like you, he'd never be in shape for the war.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right, but to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part.
What does you of all people mean? Hubert, you would object to being looked at by or looked after by anyone other than Edelgard herself, and maybe me.
I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
Well, you are a healer, Linhart. That's kind of your
You
job.
would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert.
Well, it's just making sure that they're taken care of. It doesn't matter if it's him or
Why
not.
would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
Are you saying you're friends now?
but if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for memories, even carried me here yourself.
Oh, wow. That's actually a lot of work for
If
him.
only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you
Is
go.
that all you
again.
think about?
I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time.
Is that true?
And
Interesting.
it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work.
Obviously not all of it if he just did all that stuff for you.
Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard. I mean it. Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Well, you've got to keep your, boyish figure.
Fine.
All right, and oh, well, we can finish off. I'm actually surprised that I guess Dorothea must have actually been like traveling with him in his battle party a lot in order to get to here.
Hubie, I've been thinking.
What's this all about now?
Why are you calling him
It's
Hubie?
about what you said before. About your path.
Granted, I think you've called him that before, but it's still weird to hear.
You mean the path that Lady Edelgard and I walk?
Now the path that you walk and Edelgard is
I
near.
guess I don't really understand that kind of thing since I've always been focused on my own goals. But you, Adie, Professor, all of you are fighting for an ideal. That's big. It touches everyone. Then there's me, with my hands full thinking of just myself.
Yeah, but people should not feel required to live for everyone else that's alive.
One person seems enough to me.
Maybe you're right.
Do you have something more to say, Dorothea?
Wow, it was like, please leave me
I
alone.
like you to seem so uncertain.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Hubie.
Stop calling him Hubie.
It's just, I've been thinking a lot lately about whether Adie might command you to marry me.
Wait, what?
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 Perhaps Adie might command you.
No need to repeat it. I heard you quite clearly.
My what was over why you were saying that, not what you said.
Like I said, my hands are full thinking of just one person. But if you and I were devoted to one another, maybe we could strive for the future you believe in. Maybe I'd finally understand your path and be able to think about more
Of all
than just
people, why are
myself.
you interested in him? Like, he's such a bad goth.
Seems it's my turn to not understand. Did you just propose marriage as a way to get to know me? How exactly would such an arrangement benefit me?
Oh, it'll benefit you.
I mean, like, look at her. She's better than you'll
Go
do.
on.
Well, this path you're walking with Adie will have one more loyal follower. Isn't that enough?
I suppose it may well be.
Wow, great way of putting him into the like corner where he's like, I mean, it's up, yeah. It's not like he views marriage as something that is, he's not waiting for love or anything like that.
Contribution to our cause has been noteworthy. I've no complaints about your battle prowess either.
You should. Have you seen her battle
And
prowess?
if you were able to walk the path as I do, that would be something very special.
So, will you consider it? This is all because of you, you know.
Wait, will he consider having Edelgard order him to marry
You
her?
made me wonder what it's like to be wholly devoted to another person.
All right. I'll consider it.
That's a weird link. I hope they don't end up together. But again, as I've said before, I'm not going to use that thing in order to force the two of them. Like anyone, no one's going to be forced to end up with someone else. I know you can do that with Renown at that place, but I'm not going to make use of it. I'm going to let them fall where they go, except for the course that I'm obviously taking Shamir because I actually get to pick that. All right, we'll go with Bernie and then Petra.
Good morning. The weather is nice today. So, it's really nice weather we're having, isn't it?
Indeed. Did you want something?
I'm really sorry.
I can't accept your apology until I know what it's for.
Oh, good point. I'm sorry I said you were terrifying.
I mean, you are
Is
correct.
that all? I'm used to that. No apology necessary.
But you've been avoiding me since then, right? You even stopped doing your deathly grin.
I am merely trying not to frighten you. Is there something wrong with that?
It's not working. And yes, there is. You can't quit talking and laughing just to try to make me feel better?
Why not?
That's not really fair. I need to master my own fear.
Is that right?
Yes. Right.
Okay, that's fantastic. It makes you kind of want to try like practice my evil laugh. Wait. Me.
Why?
You told me not to forego laughing, so I laughed as hard as I could.
Wait, that was not as hard as you could. Come on, man.
Is it helping to conquer your fear?
Yes. I mean, someday it might. Maybe. I'm not ready!
Bernie. Alright, and ending off with Miss Petra.
Looking out toward Bridget, are you?
That's interesting.
Yes. There are some times I cannot stop my thoughts from going home. It will be much time before I return. Bridget feels far away.
It is quite a long way. To say nothing of the sea that lies between here and there.
There's a sea between it. Why was there a war? Like, with as much conflict as seems to be in this world, I'm surprised they would come, like, over the sea in order to make war instead of just going to their actual neighbors.
Being unable to return must further add to the distance in your mind.
It is as you say. When I return to Bridget, I will be the new queen. I am wishing to show my strength during this war, and to help relations with the Empire.
I believe you will be successful. You may not be Lady Edelgard's equal, but you are resourceful enough to make an excellent queen. And unlike Lady Edelgard, you will not be forced to harden your heart.
Not Edelgard's equal. Is that what you are saying?
I mean, you're kind of not, though. Especially not to Hubert.
Understand that I mean no disrespect by this, but it is a fact that you are far beneath her. Make no mistake about what would happen if you were to raise your banner in revolt against her. She would crush you mercilessly.
That is not a difference of equality. It is a difference of power.
Okay, fair point.
Even if our homelands were on equal footing, Lady Edelgard would still prevail.
But that's still a difference in
I
power.
can see with clarity the difference between me and Lady Edelgard. But that has no matter. I would never lose.
To be fair, if, like, you're very much a dodge tank, you would avoid swords a lot, the axe might actually hit you.
How amusing. For your sake, you had better hope you are right.
Alright, and done with everything except for there is a Yuritsa conversation to have. Now go ahead and hit everyone else. I've already talked to you, Mr. Man. Who's in here? There's always somebody in here. Not surprising it's Yuri.
What more could Hubert possibly want from me?
I mean, nothing. You're not even involved.
He's been pushing me too damn hard. Said that the only way to win over the Alliance Lords is with my help. All grousing aside, it's not the end of the world. If it helps us win, I'll do whatever it takes. I wouldn't have signed up for this if I wasn't getting something out of it.
I'm not sure how he would help with the Alliance Lords. Like, he's got a tenuous connection to one of them, but... Anyone over here? Yeah, I could just check. Okay, interesting. So one of them is actually up above, because there's only... Or both of them are over at that last dot. Sometimes that does happen where there's two people in conversation, it only shows there's one dot on the map. Huh, I thought there was a stairway up. I guess you have to take this one and then go over.
Hey there. I hurt my leg in the last battle. Had to take shelter down here. Nowhere else to go. Be careful up there. All sides are bringing their strongest people to this fight.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the fight at the Capitol. Wow, happy over in the cat corner.
I've always wanted to see the world. That's why I left my village. And here I am, traveling to all these interesting new places to kill people. Not what I had in mind. Maybe I'll find some time to admire the scenery. Though people might get mad I'm not taking this silly war seriously. Whoops, that was close. Almost sighed.
So Balthus is up above somewhere. Interesting.
Let me tell you.
Nope, no telling me. Wait. What is this? I forgot I had that quest. I think I had it from last month, and I just never actually came down here. Because I'm smart. And talented. Oh, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Aha, I win. Come on. Why, hello,
What
Eureka.
is it?
You have a quest for me.
I have no words for you. I have blades. And if you wish to cross them, I'll be more than happy to. Although you may not be. I was told not to, however. So I will hold off until the war ends. I have a favor to ask.
Interesting. Definitely want to do that then. Holy crap. So that's basically his paralogue then. It seems.
I hear Claude's earned himself a rather colorful nickname.
Master
He does
Tactician?
whatever it takes to win. I like that. It will be especially satisfying to defeat him. I can't wait to see what his next move is.
To tell you the truth, I used to be a Knight of Seros. But at some point, I just couldn't follow the Archbishop anymore.
I kind of understand.
I ran away in secret and decided to join the Imperial Army. Ever since that day you disappeared, the Archbishop has been completely different. She started laughing as if she was possessed and spouting complete gibberish.
Wow. There's a lance tournament today.
I haven't seen him in forever. Wonder how he's been. I chose this side because I believe in you, Professor. But it's not like I got anything against Claude. Of course! Claude was the kind of person who would be instantly friends with anyone. I don't mind so much that we gotta fight him. I just hope he doesn't get killed.
I mean, yeah, I hope not as well. Okay, so Ferdinand, level 28, actually. A rank. Who else do we have? Sylvain would not be a good choice. Leonie as well, but she's level 24. And Yuritsa. Now that's interesting. Recommended for 30 or higher, though. I don't have anyone that fits that criteria, so let's see. 44 hit points and 54 hit points, so we'll go with Yuritsa. Alright. Ooh, does even less damage to me. Awesome. I like it. Okay, up to 6 damage. Still only 2 hits to die, and no possibility of avoiding, so cool.
So...
No reason to hesitate here. You're just doing a good job of avoiding attacks, I'll give him that much. And the finals, I'm not even gonna heal. Like, Eureka ran away with this tournament.
Fooling.
Excellent. Oh, Bernie, I didn't see you over here.
Claude. Which one was he again? Oh, right. Yeah, of course I remember him. It's just, I can't picture his face. Don't remember what he looks like. I'm not sure if I ever knew.
He's the yellow one.
Oh well, he's just another enemy now, isn't he? What? Am I not supposed to say that?
Alright. I have a callous way of looking at things, but not incorrect.
Professor? I'm happy when we win battles, and I'm always relieved when our friends make it back safe. On the other hand, it's hard to watch the enemy die. Even worse when it's someone you know. Perhaps it would have been better if I'd just stayed with the opera. You're right, Professor. I'll never regret the choices I've made.
Yep, your choices are what define
Now
you.
just have to lead us to victory, so everyone else can let go of their regrets too.
I guess.
Didn't they used to call Claude the Master Tactician?
I mean, they still do,
I want a
supposedly.
nickname too. Maybe I'll get one if I can defeat him at Deirdre. I'll come up with a plan that'll beat his and earn a nickname for sure.
I'll give you a nickname. I'm trying to think of one that doesn't suck. Like, the first thing came to mind was Loud Fist, and I'm like, no, like, obviously he shouts a lot. Who is that? We'll find out in a second, I guess. There's no one in here.
Maybe. Deirdre, the aquatic capital. I've heard it's a magnificent city, you know?
With magnificent
If
ladies.
we're going, I wish it wasn't to wage war. It'd be more fun to visit with a cute girl on my arm.
Okay, I've heard this before.
You're right. That's something to look forward to.
Was that... Oh, that's Lysithea. For some reason, she looked like it was like a nun or something.
Without the support of the pro-imperialist lords, the alliance is greatly weakened. Even so, I don't feel great about all this. We're gonna be fighting Claude. Even so, we should stay alert. Claude won't be caught off guard, neither should we. Even with you here, this battle will be very challenging.
They're really, like, hyping up this battle. I have a concern as well. I didn't have a concern until you guys kept, like, being concerned about my lack of concern.
Huh? My savior, thank you.
Precious, precious renown.
Hello.
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier. Do you know that saying? No? That's because I just made it up.
Well, aren't
If
you...
you're hungry, you're never going to be at full strength. Keep your belly full and stay strong.
Are you dating Raphael?
It's Deirdre, huh?
Well, good news, we're going.
Vargas, most of the towns are pretty much glorified fortresses. So, to hear about a place called the Aquatic Capital, it just sounds so elegant. Let's go for a leisurely visit someday, promise? You know, after the war is over.
I mean, sure, but not just with you. Don't get the wrong idea. What are you doing here, Hanneman?
I think you should be made aware of a certain group working with the Imperial Army. They are the same lot that invented a technique to turn monsters into war assets.
I am familiar with them, though granted, maybe not in this playthrough.
It's quite obvious their trick draws on the power of the crest stones, but there is something more to it than that. Some secret I have yet to decipher. I suppose I need to better understand what kind of people they are. Who are they? What do they want? For her part, Miss Edelgard is cooperating, yet does not hide her hostility towards them. I suspect we should prepare, in case the day should come when we must combat these strange people.
I'm sure it will, although, to be fair, in Dimitri's route, we never really dealt with them at all. It ended when we took down Edelgard, so that could happen again.
Do you have time for a request?
Let's find the big one. Like, if you're gonna give me a fishing quest, I'm definitely doing it. Oh, there it is. That was quick. Jeez, I'm bad at this. Holy crap! That was not the one I needed. I'm assuming that wasn't the one I needed. Is this more like a narrow window than it used to be? Because, man, I used to be pretty good at that, and I'm definitely not now. Maybe I did actually count? Maybe I didn't need pure excellent?
You've done me a great service.
Okay, yeah, that one actually counted. I am surprised. I did not expect it to. Hey, Petra.
Since the past, I have learned much of the language of Fodlan. But speaking the Fodlan language still gives me difficulty. I can understand, read, and write with nearly perfection now. But
that is very true.
And speaking are
I took a lot of French, and I'm not as experienced as I used to be, but there was a point where I could read it pretty okay, but still speaking it just blah, blah, blah.
Yes, I will keep practicing more.
I don't want to say it's part of her charm, like, oh, it's okay, you're cute when you're stupid.
I do get used to the sight of blood. It always makes me feel as if I might faint. I suppose I've told you that, though, yes? I have no idea how you cope with it. I hope this war ends soon. I dislike being lightheaded because other people are bleeding everywhere. It's all a great deal of bother, but I will do my part, of course.
Hello.
Excuse me. Go ahead and harvest this. Now, all these other ones like yield flowers. It's like, no, I want nothing but herbs.
Despite the war going on outside
Whoops.
the monastery, here they are blooming beautifully. I hope we get to see more kinds of flowers when the weather warms up.
I totally didn't cultivate. So I'm dumb. Hey, don't lock me in here. I'm not done yet.
I'm from Alliance lands, but I'm only a commoner. The idea of fighting Alliance nobles isn't exactly losing me any sleep.
Well, good. Although you won't be coming.
Fighting old friends, though? That's something else. No, I better clear my head. Captain Gerald used to say a mercenary has to be thoughtless. Guess I finally get what he meant.
Okay, is Bernie up here? Signs point to no, surprisingly. That was a bit of a long run around, but I figured Bernie would be in her room. She's been not in her room a lot lately.
Most of the people involved with the church in the Empire moved to the Eastern Church in Alliance territory. I've been hearing rumors that the majority of those have now gone to the kingdom capital, Verdiad. The Eastern Church has no military force of its own, so they must be sensing that the Alliance is weak and fleeing.
Makes sense. Okay, so there are some people out here, and then I'll have to swing around and get the other place.
Hey, we can't actually join you on the battlefield, but rest assured that we're there in spirit.
Well, that's the easy way to do it.
We're doing everything we can to support the army, so give it your all out there.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Got a favor to ask.
Just remove the collection. She has nothing to say to me. That is A-okay with me.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Deirdre is known as the aquatic capital.
I have heard this, yes.
Beautiful town with streets that seem to float on the water and an impressive harbor.
Have you been there?
In times of peace, it would be a wonderful place for a holiday. Anyway, best of luck in the next battle.
That was an odd conversation.
Professor, I thought I was ready for this. But it's not easy to fight against my old schoolmates. I was in the Golden Deer House, so I have a lot of memories with them.
Yeah, it must be kind of hard for you guys. Yeah, it's hard for me
Really?
too.
It is? I wish that we could resolve this without violence. Then again, precisely because they're old friends, I wouldn't leave this to someone else.
Well, you're going to.
I have to assume responsibility.
Oh, hey, Shamir.
Claude, eh? He always was sharp among his peers. Never let himself get caught up in conventions. He wasn't typical in Fodlan.
Sound like you admire him.
There's Rhea and King Dimitri. I'd stay on their good sides, for different reasons.
Yeah, I don't want to fight them.
If that's the only way forward, it can't be helped.
So, listen. The Gloucester and Ordelia houses have territory in the southern regions of the Alliance.
Have you looked in the mirror? You are such a fop.
Everyone knows they support the Empire, so they won't get in the way of our armies.
Hi.
5 years ago, during the attack on this place, you allowed me to join your side.
I mean, not really allowed,
Since
but...
then, I've risen through the ranks. And now I'm a general leading my own army. In this invasion of the Alliance, I've been entrusted with maintaining the supply lines and keeping the Goneril territories under control.
Good for you. Want a cookie?
That's why I won't be accompanying you to Deirdre. Please look after Lady Edelgard.
Oh, don't worry. No one dies under my watch. Part of me kind of wants him to be someone who's just that confident about everything. People are just like, and then literally no one ever dies under his watch.
Food has gotten scarce since the war started. Lately, the prices have really been going up. Normally, that would mean reducing our own take. But we just can't afford to do that. If we lose this war, we lose everything. Still, the townspeople are the ones who will suffer from this the most. The longer this goes on, the more people will starve.
Alright, hello, Mr.
Hey,
Westman.
I could use a hand.
Alright. I'm glad I'm getting these, because I do need to do, like, some of the battles, and so I'm glad I actually have, like, quest battles to do. That's helpful. Oh, and here's Yuritsa. I was wondering where he was. This isn't where you
What's
were.
the matter? Not hungry?
I wish I knew what I was reacting to.
I am partaking in some sweet delights. Is there a problem?
We knew he liked ice cream.
Yes, I am a person too. What I eat is nobody's business but my own.
It's interesting you say that when you're eating in the middle of the dining hall where everyone can see.
If you need something, spit it out. My ice cream is melting. Perhaps after I finish devouring this treat.
I'm surprised he's doesn't like that answer.
I am. And I am not.
Interesting, strange answer.
At the moment, I am Yuritsa von Hrim. The Emperor and the army know me only as the Death Knight. But he is merely an illusion. A demon who resides in my heart. He is not me. Not who I am at my core.
I mean, that's good to know.
He thrives and feasts upon blood, death, suffering. So while I sit here eating, I prefer to just be myself. Yuritsa. I would like to be who I truly am.
Like, the desire not to put on a facade speaks very, very true to me. There definitely was a point where I wanted to, or I shouldn't say wanted, I thought about being more the typical YouTuber. Not all the way, I never had that in me, but if you go back and look at my Valkyria Chronicles, you can kind of tell I was being like, oh, let's be super excited and, entertaining, and then I was like, I just don't have the energy. I need to be myself.
I am incapable of enjoying my dessert with you gawking at me like that.
Yeah, I don't know why my character's being such a jerk. He's just ice cream.
Further words for you. Go.
That would be a little less impressive if we didn't already know that. Or a little more impressive, I guess.
Now that we've seized the Great Bridge of Myrden, House Gloucester is comfortable aligning itself with the Empire. The path to Regan lands lies straight before us. Our clash with Claude draws nearer by the moment.
I certainly hope so. I would be quite disappointed if my greatest rival were to simply roll over. I know Claude better than anyone. He is a schemer. No doubt he has some trap for us in mind. Let us be
Looking forward
vigilant,
to it.
Professor.
I wonder if, like, the Empire army will show up behind us. Like, in the other path.
I have been wondering something. If I had not been your student, where would I be right now? Who would I be?
That actually speaks to one of the things that I like about this game the most, because, yeah, you had no idea when you picked a house, and it drastically changes all these kids' lives.
Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor? So you do think about such questions. You can never find answers, though, right?
Nope, you can just live other lives.
You cannot turn back time. So there is no way to go back and try a different path.
It's like this.
Is it like that?
East from the Alliance and cross Fodlan's throat, you enter the land of Almyra. House Goneril's territory touches the eastern border of the Alliance. They also have Lord Holst, the most valiant warrior in the Alliance. Tasked with keeping watch over the Almyrans' movements, he rarely leaves Goneril territory.
Alright. Sorry, I went to take a drink because that sounded like it was going to go for a while, and then it just stopped. Oh,
Right.
whoops. Alright, who is over on this side? I wish I could leave flowers at the grave. I know I say that a lot, but it's still true. So yeah, no one is up here.
Professor?
Oh, there's Balthus.
So, Goneril's troops have entered Deirdre. Oh, hey pal. Didn't see you there. Guess I was lost in thought.
How did you not see me there? You were literally turned to face me and talk to me.
You're a quick one, Professor.
I'm a quick one, Mr. Bra.
Wind that Duke Goneril sent Hilda to Deirdre. She's the sister of my buddy Holst. I can't let her die. I won't. Gah! This is a terrible situation. She's the sister. Got a favor to ask.
Man, I'm gonna have a lot of these to do.
Big brother always gets so fired up. Better keep an eye on him.
Yep, that's what the family's for.
Sorry, I was just talking to myself. I hear you're heading out to Deirdre. Good luck with the battle.
Thank you. Hopefully I won't need it.
Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to?
I'm checking in with the troops, and you're a troop.
I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
Hey there. Lately, the Kingdom and the Knights of Seros haven't made any significant moves.
Nope, they're waiting for
I
us.
don't suppose they're going to stand by and watch while we attack Deirdre, though. That's why I've doubled our guard and instructed them to be extra vigilant.
I'm glad you said that.
I will keep Garreg Mach safe. It is my duty and responsibility.
Alright. Now we'll just go and clear out the last little bits of the area and be done with the episode. Hey, Marianne.
The tide of war is clearly favoring us, but Claude refuses to surrender. I wonder why that could be. I think you're probably right. I suppose even the very powerful can be irrational at times.
Well, that's the thing. Power corrupts.
No.
Alright, so I can turn that in, but I will do that afterwards.
Professor! In order to defeat a formidable foe, you must first learn who they are. How much do you know about the Alliance?
In character or out?
The Alliance unites the feudal lords of that region. It holds regular roundtable conferences where they vote on their policies. However,
Okay.
only the 5 great lords are permitted to vote. Duke Goneril, Count Gloucester, Count Ordelia, Margrave Edmund, and their leader, Duke Regan.
Is Margrave a name or a title?
Their titles were originally granted to them by the royal family of Fargus. About 300 years ago, the Alliance was still part of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, you see.
I knew that. But thank
so
you.
We've somehow managed to take the Great Bridge of Murder.
Hey, what do you mean somehow? I did amazing.
That means House Gloucester should now be ready to join the fold more formally. We've blown a major hole in Claude's plan to preserve the Alliance. We should press on to Deirdre before he has the opportunity to adjust his strategy. So
Damn it.
we've blown it. We should press. I have a request for you.
Interesting. I hate that it says find some flowers, and I'm like, well, I've got a lot of flowers, but no, it's just you want very specific flowers. Oh, Cardinal's room. I thought this was a Catherine's room for a second. I was like, wait, what? Though I guess she probably would have a room up here, wouldn't she? Because Gerald did.
Professor, I wish we could settle all of this before the fighting begins, don't you?
Of course, no one wants to
I
fight.
wish it dearly, but few others feel that way. They fight in a bloody battle, take countless lives, and then finally come to understand defeat. They refuse to admit when they're beaten, and they keep it up until they've been utterly defeated. Of course, I understand that sacrifice is inevitable. But if they're going to surrender after being defeated anyway, why raise a weapon in the first place?
Because they don't know they'll be defeated until it happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Actually, no, you don't need to see me pick up a flower and give it to... Excuse me. Give it to Hubert, do you? So, I'll go to the episode here. Obviously, before I go on, I will, like, use up my... I shouldn't say use up. I will go and eat food and all of that wonderful stuff. But in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Probably for the one-on-one mission with the Death Knight. Emil. Is it Emil? That sounds wrong.
Thank you.